Today I thought I'd talk about the concept of yes and. I did an improv class a few weeks ago and I was just so in awe of the instructor's ability to redirect people without causing any offense, without any judgment. So rather than like when someone was doing something wrong, it would be like, no, that's not how you do it. You do it like this. Be like, I really love what you're doing. Now try adding this in there. And yeah, it's like a really subtle thing. Just saying yes and then this, and really wanting to bring that into my own life as a parent and a partner. And yeah, I really see it as similar to, say, non-violent communication or even aware parenting, which are two schools of thought that I and my family are really interested in. And I guess the idea is that you really need to hear someone and acknowledge someone and empathize, be compassionate with that person before anything else. So, as an example, my son this morning was throwing some things around the kitchen and I was kind of concerned that they might break, and so I was like, I'm not willing for you to throw these things around the kitchen because I'm concerned they might break. And so that was kind of just me shutting him down, even though I tried to do it in a really polite way. And I thought about it from the perspective of like, yes, and I could have seen, okay, I see that you really want to throw some things right now. Let's throw these teddies around the kitchen, and sort of take the energy that he was bringing and direct it towards something that also satisfies my needs as well. My need for shit not getting broken. So I really see that being super powerful. It does require you to tune into what the other person is feeling or needing. I think that can be sort of tricky, right? Because especially when someone's doing something that you don't want, or that is coming in and, I don't want to say impeding, but like it's preventing there's like a conflict of needs. The other person's need is conflicting with your need, and so I think we often will, or I will sort of say, hey, I don't want that thing because of this need that I have, where if you sort of acknowledge the other person's need and then say, hey, how about this thing? Like once you've acknowledged them first, there's so much more willingness for them to see and hear what it is that you're trying to say. Well, I was hoping to stretch that out over 10 minutes. It has now been 4 minutes. I suppose another thing that I've been thinking about is on a similar topic, I suppose, like expression as a means to release built up tension and feelings. I had a phone call with a friend yesterday for about an hour, and it was very therapeutic, and we just sort of talked about whatever, and just getting the chance a couple of times to just talk and offload, and he's a good listener, so that really helps. But just that the significance of being able to, and I get it somewhat here as well, where I'm just dumping it out, and afterwards I feel freer because I've just expressed myself freely. And there's something very he called it humanizing. You really get in touch with your essence once you've really freely and truly expressed yourself. And in Aware Parenting, it talks about the need for people to listen. And yeah, I wonder about that because I've definitely noticed that when I'm talking to someone and really being heard, it is very nourishing. But then I also do a lot of journaling, and now I'm doing this, and though maybe people are listening, I don't have the sort of active feeling of being heard when I'm speaking. So yeah, I suppose there is an expression, freeing in the expression itself, and then I suppose there's a being connected and relating in the listening aspect of it. And yeah, kind of just now seeing this as maybe two different facets of the same thing. And yeah, I do feel as though I'm lighter after this session, just talking away. I felt lighter after the phone call as well. So yeah, it really is a need to express oneself. I guess I find myself wondering what other forums I can bring that expression. Just seeing if anything else comes up. Sitting here in silence, nothing's coming to me. It's all a part of this project. Just to be here. Nothing has to be happening. Nothing important needs to be said. I think that's part of it, actually. So the other side of expression is censorship. If you're censoring yourself, then you're preventing that freedom of expression. And so if I sit there in silence, alright, turn the camera off, alright, do something, fill in the space because I feel like I need to, I think it's a form of censorship. And so that's like countering the freeing of expression. I think it really needs to come to you, not be sort of forced out of you. And yeah, though I sat there in silence for maybe 30 seconds, I really feel as though that was all a part of the expression. Silence is, in a way, a form of expression. Because if you can't be comfortable in silence when someone's listening or among other people, then yeah, you're not really comfortable with that dimension of your expression. So you feel like you need to fill in all the gaps, which, more by expressing, you're in a sense censoring yourself, which, I always thought of it as censoring is when you want to say something and you don't say something, but I think it's more subtle and complex than that. Anyway, that's the 10 minutes for the day. Letting go, letting flow.